That's pretty damn impressive to watch.
Go ahead.
I've seen a lot of guys have to back a truck up to a dock, and we got a guy here who drove a garbage truck for a long time, and those guys are pretty good at tight places and that.
I'm dumping this guy.
But you gotta hit a 6-inch target.
Yeah, I haven't been doing this very long.
You do it all right. That was neat to watch. We're all engineers here, so this is, you got hydraulics and physics, and this is just cool. So
Oh man,
this is just fun for the viewers.
This is a nice piece of equipment.
It's neat to watch.
It really is a nice piece.
But I'm watching this, and it occurred to me, you got about 6 inches either way that you got to hit. Because if you're outside of that, if you're inside, it'll kick over a little bit. But
Well, and then,
that's neat.
well, then when you drag it up, these rails.
Yeah, they got to hit this.
Gotta hit this. So then you gotta turn the wheel so that it will, twist and move which way you need it to move.
Neat. That's a big ass, like 2-inch solid steel
Man.
bar. Well, that's got to take the weight of the dumpster and everything in it. At all kinds of weird angles, because this goes way high.
When you go to the dump too, this piece in here slides in and out.
Oh.
So once I get it on there, well then I'll slide that out and it will bring it closer to the bed. But then when I go to dump it, if anything's stuck in here, I can use that and jerk it.
Okay. Now, I saw when you come back, this hits those mechanical stops, and then this whole thing pivots up too.
Mhm.
How far up does this pivot? Just a little bit, or does it really?
It really doesn't pivot much at all. But see, that's just it. When you go to dump it, you're not using this section here.
No,
You're
it's
keeping it locked
yeah.
right in, and then the whole thing is moving.
That's neat.
Yeah, you're only using this to.
Now this is a mechanical lock. Like once it's sitting on here, this locks the back end of the trailer. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not going
So it doesn't
anywhere.
just sit on here. It's actually locked in these channels.
Absolutely. If this truck goes outside, this is staying with the truck.
Cool. Okay. I didn't know that. And the guys are happy now. You got it back.
Like I said, 10-foot meant a whole lot.
We'll be back. Another day, another dumpster. Welcome to today's Captain's Blog. It's 10:24 hours on Friday, August 14th, 2015, and this is where our day begins. So you got a thing to show me. It's a mug?
I need hot water.
You need hot water. Okay.
Lukewarm water, just under.
Oh, it's got to be for reals hot. Oh, wow. You did science there. Concrete.
Yep.
Whoa. Did we do this?
Did we do what?
Like, did we make that mug?
Yeah, we printed this mug.
Okay. Can you show me the process?
It's a special mug.
Oh, the mug is special.
Yep.
Okay. And then you print on it and it just hides whatever you printed?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So this is a thing we're selling?
Yes.
Okay.
And you're seeing a sneak peek at a new design.
Oh, okay.
Part of the Make It series.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Dog's very excited about this. We're going to have the dog lick every mug before they ship. On the inside, especially around the rim. Yeah. Hi. How you doing? How's the dog? You having a good day? Dog's very happy about the roof. I see this place is just
We're actually
massive activity.
crazy busy in here today.
It's just quiet office stuff.
Rose has been researching all of the information on that big TV donation.
Big TV donation.
We got like a week and a half ago.
We had a whole bunch of TVs coming. Is this what we're talking about?
Like the TV station, we got.
Oh, that one. Okay.
So-
You told me a while back we had a donation of like a buttload of televisions coming from a place, but they never came. Is this in process, or we're waiting on them, or?
I don't know what the.
Okay. Oh, hey! The paint table came for the paint shop.
So there was some confusion. You want to use this in the paint room?
Yeah, this is for the paint room. I think that was.
People who gave it to us used it for sauna.
Oh. Okay. No, I figured this was for painting. I don't know. I have to check it out in detail.
So it's funny, he called it a backdraft, you called it a side draft, and on it was a sign that said updraft, and someone crossed it out and put cross draft.
Sucks air from here through the filter down and
Yeah.
out the bottom. I'm going with a cross draft table.
It's like, it's a draft table, some sort.
It's nice. Does it work?
Supposedly.
Okay. Where's the power cube?
Power cable's on the back of the
Oh,
control
okay.
right there.
Oh, it's got a Variac built into it. That's cool. This is neat. Yeah, this is nice.
Making really big old logs right now.
Hey, this is made in Grand Rapids.
Yeah, it's Westinghouse.
I didn't know they had a factory in GR.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is neat. Alright, let's research it. Can we find a maker plate on it anywhere? Like with a model number and stuff. I don't see it. You got something? Ah, that's what I want. Ah, alright guys. Figure this out. Let's see what it's best for. Should we use this for paint, or for soldering, or what?
Now we switch this up from metal, it could be my welding booth.
No.
I can weld stainless.
If it works for paint, and I use the hell out of this, I'd change the side panels. If you're using it for paint, because if they're clear, they're just going to get totally destroyed. Cool. his desk, like his mentality towards his desk, is like an Antarctic research station. I've seen him sit here in like 3 coats and a hat and earmuffs and everything else. But this is the debris shield system.
I don't have anything else that I am qualified to do in this building.
There's like 10 billion things you do here. This is just your base camp.
If my computer isn't running, there's no real reason for me to be here.
Oh, I got a building full of things you can do. So the owl collection has wandered.
It's under the plastic because we started cleaning and then they started stomping right above where we were cleaning.
Well, you can't see daylight through it today, so that's progress.
Yeah, the phone, yeah.
It's a couple days of poo, and then it doesn't rain in AV anymore.
I know, it's just...
And if you need something to do, you could clean the floors in D, C, B, well, not so much B, but A.
We can't clean yet.
Why not?
Because they're still doing shit.
The foam's down.
Right. But they gotta walk on it still.
Okay. I believe in you. Let's see how bad it.
It's
I
bad.
didn't see. It was pretty bad. There was a lot of debris. Yeah, I know we can't walk in here because there's so much grit on the floor. It'll mess up the floor. But wow. Tomorrow, all these buckets go away. Let's go check on the computer lab. I'm gonna check on the computer lab. Can you get those workbenches done today, you think?
We're still coating the one. Or did you not want to? You want to bolt it then coat it, or what?
No, coated then bolted, but...
Okay, well, it takes like 10 coats of urethane.
Okay. Yeah, you totally can't see Brian's footprint there. That's... That came out nice. It came out really nice. Yeah, we can start moving stuff down. Yeah, this is gonna be cool. Next major step, paint the walls. Hey, Minkus. You gonna flip that over and then drill from the other side?
Not going all the way through.
Okay.
Blind hole.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have, yes.
Okay, cool. I was just saying, you drill into that vise and there's gonna be unpleasantness between us. Okay.
Right now, it's stopped like right about here.
Totally cool.
I have no intention of going with it any closer than a finger's width to that vise.
Okay. I believe in you.
At least somebody does.
What you making?
Something so that our family can take it to Wheatland every year with us. It's going to be like a log lantern. I've got a circuit board with 4 high output LEDs,
Okay.
photo resistor, and so it'll be day night. It'll come on at night, and it'll flicker like a candle flame.
Cool. Keep me informed on this. I want to see it when it's done. That's neat. All right, guys, so it's 13:47 hours, and I got a weird one for you. Moose, you got to tell them the story.
So I wanted cupcakes yesterday, really bad. You might have noticed yesterday was kind of rough. And I drove out to the best cupcake place in Grand Rapids, the Salted Cupcake, and
The salted
the
cupcake.
Salted Cupcake.
Okay.
And all they had were chocolate cupcakes left.
Okay.
And this made me really sad.
Okay.
And so I let them know that I was trying to get cupcakes and I couldn't, and they felt really bad and delivered us cupcakes.
They delivered cupcakes.
Yes.
They just showed up with cupcakes.
Yes, because of, in addition to being the best tasting cupcakes, they understand customer service. So we have pistachio, lemon brownie, blueberry cheesecake, salted caramel, and Rice Krispie.
Rice Krispie cupcakes.
Yes.
This is like Uber cupcakes. This
This
is
is-
not like cupcakes like you're used to. This is a whole thing.
Yes, this is
Okay.
a lemon brownie sitting on top of the cupcake.
And what kind of cupcake is it underneath?
Lemon?
Okay. So who's your friend here? Come on in. You're
Karina, and I'm the owner of the Salted Cupcake.
you started this.
I did start it, yep.
You got to tell me your story.
We started out in Kalamazoo after people were going crazy for my cupcakes. I got a tiny little shop there and took off but wanted to move home, so this is our second month now in Grand Rapids.
What's your location?
We are at 2481 32nd Street.
Okay. So you're right in town. Just
I am.
south end of town, but you're right in town.
Yep, kind
Okay.
of in the Kentwood area.
That's excellent.
Yes.
And you came here from Kalamazoo.
I was there for like a year and a half and had a shop there, but I graduated from Grand Valley.
Okay. So where were you born? Like where are you from?
Ionia.
Okay. So
Yep.
you're a Grand Rapids person.
Yep,
That went to
for
Kalamazoo
sure.
for a short time.
Yep.
And learned really quick that Kalamazoo is a great place to be from. And came back to Grand Rapids to civilization, getting away from the godless heathens at our Kazoo, and now you're wildly successful.
We also
I didn't say all that.
we also were based in Kalamazoo for quite some
Really?
time and then
Okay.
came to Grand Rapids.
That's very
Yeah,
cool.
I was born and raised in the area. I grew up in Coopersville.
Okay.
And we went to Kazoo. We did business there for 10 years.
Okay.
And we came up here and it was like getting paroled. It was awesome. Just business
Kalamazoo was
exploded.
amazing, but Grand Rapids is where
Way,
it's
way
at.
better, yeah.
It's my town, yeah.
Yeah. So you run a business that all you do is cupcakes. This is the whole thing. You do
That's
cupcakes.
it. And it's called the Salted Cupcakes, so we do a ton of salty sweet flavors. We have a great bacon cupcake, a lot of salted caramels.
You have a bacon cupcake?
which is really good, actually.
I know an Australian
Yeah.
who loves you now. So yes. Do you ship these?
I don't ship currently. We might look into it in the future, but it
Okay.
hasn't gone well in the
I was
past,
wondering
so-
how you would do such a thing. but
Yeah, even the car ride was a little tricky. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you have a
No
website?
shipping yet. I do, just thesaltedcupcake.com.
Okay.
And we post our flavors every day on Facebook, too.
Okay, so all of our local viewers, if you're in the Grand Rapids area, you have to check out the Salted Cupcake.
Yay!
It's run by this awesome woman,
Hello.
And
and they make these. The Rice Krispie treat one really just. I'm
they do
interested.
make a bunch of chocolate flavors.
Okay.
but-
Yeah, I noticed there's a decisive lack of chocolate in there, which I find rather
There
disturbing.
is, because these were for Miss Liz, is it? Liz
Yes,
Liz.
yes.
And so she is allergic to cocoa, so we have a non-cocoa box for her.
This is cool.
But they're all really good, so
Okay.
don't even
Well-
need the chocolate.
Well, thank you. This is like
Yes, thank
absolute
you.
rock star. You
I'm
hand
glad. I
delivered
hope you-
cupcakes.
Hope you guys enjoy them.
Kelly's skulking around back here. Do you need a cupcake, dear?
No, I don't.
I think you do. She had a birthday yesterday.
Yay!
So
Awesome.
Well, this is cool. Well, thank you. And
Of
it was a
course.
pleasure getting to meet you.
It was a pleasure to
Have
meet
you been
you.
here for one of the big tours on Saturday yet?
I'm not.
You have plans this weekend. Saturday, 12:30 sharp. You got to come down. You get to push the big red button of science.
Okay, very
It's
cool.
a whole thing.
Okay, very cool.
We'll be back. High energy physicist. I play with energy.
Okay.
And that's basically a $5 way of saying, if you see me running, try really hard to keep up. And one of the awesome toys that I got to build here, because I have your job here, I found out this,
Okay.
is I got to build this machine, which is the control panel for this. And since you are screwing off to Colorado this weekend, and you won't get to be here for the tour, we'll do this right now, because I get to do this whenever I want. So you have a job where you can eat cupcakes whenever you want, which I'm sure is really awesome for the first week. And I have a job where I get to blow stuff up anytime I want.
Which is really cool.
So yeah, I've been doing this for 21 years and I'm not bored with it yet. So what we have here, this is a piece of magnesium ribbon,
Okay.
and it's just it's not tinfoil, it's a bit of metal. And what we're going to do is load it in here and fasten it down very securely. Because in a few moments it's going to want to be anywhere else.
Gotcha. So why are we experimenting here?
Well, what we do here is the Geek Group is a place where people like you can come and design and build anything they can imagine.
Oh my goodness.
So like if you had a really cool idea for a custom shaped cupcake mold, okay, because it's really weird to see things just falling off the roof. We're getting a new roof today. If you want to design a new cupcake mold, like you want to make, instead of round cupcakes, you want to do square ones, or pentagonal ones, or a dodecahedral cupcake, which would be awesome, by the way. You know everything there is to know about cupcakes. You don't know anything about metalworking.
Right.
You could come here and say, this is what I want to build. I have this thing in my head, draw a picture. I want to make this. It's really hard to build the first of something. If you want to make 100,000 of anything, no problem. From crayons to cars, no problem. But to make 5 of something, the initial, to go from art to part, from having something in your head to in your hands, is really hard and really expensive, and that's the limiting factor for most people to start a company and build a dream and create the next big thing. It's that first step. That's what we do. You can come here and build anything you can imagine. There are no, if you wanted to build custom cupcake tins, you could do that. If you wanted to build furniture for your shop, you could do that. If you want a new countertop, or if you want new stainless steel workbenches, or anything, you can build it here.
Oh my goodness.
And there are no limits. And it isn't just like a wood shop and a metal shop and a machine shop. No, we have a robotics lab. If you want to build robots, you can do that here. Or work on your car, or do chemistry. We have a full chemistry lab. And we have a commercial kitchen and everything. So yeah, and including a high voltage lab.
Insane.
And now with a new roof.
Yeah.
Right?
Now it
So-
won't do this.
What, huh?
Now it won't do that.
Yeah, no more leaky roof.
Yeah.
So now we get to go out here.
Okay.
And we take the key from a secret hiding spot. Turn the arm, because any machine that has a switch with an arm is good. Charge, and we charge the button. Now, think of electricity like water. Volts is how we measure the pressure. Amps is how we measure the diameter of the pipe. Okay? And watts is like gallons per minute. So volts times amps equals watts. It's what we can actually do. A regular AA battery has 1.5 volts at about 1 amp, so you get about 1.5 watts on the AA battery. Car battery is 12 volts, and a wall socket in your house is 120 volts at about 15 amps max. So that's about 1,800 volts. Okay. This is how you know the guy trying to sell you the 5,000 watt home stereo on Craigslist is lying, because it's only 1,800 watts a volt.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right now we're at 1,400 volts. We're going to take this up to 1,800 volts. Which is a lot. And when we discharge it, we'll take it out to 80,000 amps. So volts times amps gives us 144 million watts. Now your whole house runs on 240 volts at about 100 amps. This is going to be 1,800 volts at 80,000 amps. So it's going to be exciting. So you want to come over here? You may want these. This will be loud.
Oh, great.
Now, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna hear this sound 3 times. And then I'm gonna touch you on the shoulder so that you know I'm talking to you. Okay, because this is not a place where you want ambiguity. And I will say clear to fire. When I say clear to fire, you step on the button. Hold it down until something happens. Okay, you want to watch out there. Watch the magnesium, because that's where all the energy is going to go. You ready? Come on up here. Just that little tiny piece of magnesium, but you know what the coolest thing is? It's not there anymore. It doesn't exist.
Really?
It's a bad smell up there.
Oh my goodness.
It's called sublimation. It went directly from a solid to a gas. Just well, more of a boom than a poof. But you just did science right there.
That was most awesome thing I've done in a while. That's pretty cool. Thank you so much.
Now experience the big red button of science.
That is amazing. I got more than a bargain for it coming here.
And you guys check out thesaltedcupcake.com. Okay, who is now you guys have to be a sponsor. We'll be back after this. Hi there, campers. It is currently 22:36 hours, and Mr. Kidwell is here. Yeah.
Howdy.
How you doing, Santa Paul?
I'm in a food coma.
You're in a food coma? Oh, you had sushi night.
Sushi
Here,
night.
you got to drive. There is a
Yeah,
challenge. What the hell?
It's over there.
You moved it?
I moved
You
it.
can't move it. There's a challenge.
You were on the power supply. You're not supposed to be on the power
Power
supply.
supply has stuff in the front, stuff in the back, nothing on top.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know why you're bugging, man.
because I need the quad on your. I need to. We're working on quads, man.
Okay, well, today we're working on airplane
Where's
because there's a challenge.
What's the challenge?
The challenge is, did you see the crash?
I did not see the crash, but I
Oh.
saw the results.
Oh, you got to see the glorious crash video.
It's like I take it the challenge is to make that fly again.
There is somebody who lacks faith in my mojo. Posted a comment to the crash video.
Really?
Yes.
What? That it'll never fly again?
$25 if it flies again.
What?
$25 if it flies again.
This sucker's flying.
I
again.
have.
What do you mean 25? It should be more than 25.
I have a rule, Mr. Kidwell.
What's your rule?
40%.
40%.
If I crash a plane so many times that I have to replace 40% of the parts in order to get it to fly again,
It's a new plane.
you buy a new plane. You just because
Strangely enough, GM it's 50%.
Yeah.
Yep. If it costs
All
50,
right,
if it costs 50% to replace something, they'll buy a new one.
Okay, so we're gonna need
Which
some.
means we charge 49%.
So we're gonna need some gap filling glue.
I think you're going to need a lot of gap.
Oh, it's gonna be fine.
Okay.
So your job is to be my cameraman.
There's like some little.
You just leave. I'm gonna need all the little bits.
You're gonna need all
What
the
I have
little
here is a puzzle, and I like puzzles. Now this part is just fine, so we don't have to mess with the cockpit. Now this is gonna have to be replaced because that is really, really small.
Wow. Yeah.
Did you know
Yes.
that they actually made a one-bladed propeller?
Really?
Yes, this exists. They even today you can still buy commercial application one-bladed propellers. You know what they're used for today?
Why?
Ceiling fans.
I have seen one.
But
I saw
back in the day,
I saw a one-bladed windmill too.
but that's kind of odd. Back in the day,
Balance.
they but they had one-bladed propellers on airplanes where the airplane had to shoot through the propeller. Okay, those kind of airplanes, like World War I stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what year. It could be World War I, could be World War II, but
Yeah.
old prop planes.
Yes.
They had one-bladed propellers where we have to shoot through it because it makes it harder to shoot your own propeller and it's easier. And they just put a counterweight on the other side. All right, so we have fundamental systems check. This servo is okay, though we broke off part of this horn. She'll be all right.
You don't need that.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
These servos are both okay. But I saw a part that I see this.
That's the other horn.
Oh, that's a single servo.
Yeah.
With a
you're gonna
dual
need- you got another.
dingus.
You got another horn?
I don't know, but I can probably fix that one. Let's get everything else roughed in together first. So,
I might have a replacement horn that size because I got a little tiny servo that I picked up just for playing around with.
Okay.
I don't know if it's that small, but
We'll see. I gotta figure out which way that wants to
what's
turn.
that?
That looks to me to be the end of an aileron, probably the end of that aileron.
Yeah, there is kind of a chunk
So
missing
this
there.
part goes this way. No, this part goes this way.
Well, you're
Hang
wrapped
on,
around.
I'm
You're
figuring
wrapped
it
around.
out. I'm figuring it out.
Rotate
Well,
it.
yeah,
There you
that's
go.
trivial to
That's
fix,
better.
but I see a sharp edge here. So this is board bad. Let's look at this separately here.
How is that
hang
attached
on.
to there?
That's my aileron. Okay, so I can just unplug these and not have to fight them. So that's our aileron. And this is rudder and elevator. No, that's throttle and aileron. No, that's elevator and rudder. Okay, that makes sense now. I was confused for a minute, but I'm okay now, Paul. So we're going to pop this out. Because they don't want to just pop out on their own. Take me now, you sexy beast.
Sounding a little rough out there.
Yeah, I got home from class just as the thunderstorm hit.
Okay. Such intensity.
So we've
Whoa,
got
lightning.
Yeah, it's quite something out there. All right, so we know this piece goes here.
Mm-hmm.
And we know it lays in under. So we're already halfway there on fixing that piece. So that'll be okay, that aileron will be intact. And this wants to fit here from the looks. Ooh. Just gonna take that out. And this wants to go.
Spare parts.
Alright, so we're gonna get that out of there.
Yeah, I was wondering about that piece.
That's gonna be a fuselage component that we have to replace. Okay, there's our screw. So this piece wants to be here. There's enough. We're definitely missing some bits, but there's enough there that that'll be okay. And we'll be all right on our aileron there. And we've got our linkage for here. So this is going to want to go there. Yeah!
There's a wing, man.
Fine. Huh?
That'll be fine.
That'll be fine.
Ain't no problem.
Alright, so we'll set that aside. So we've got enough there to make a wing. Now this is a little more intense. We've got some
Yeah, you got like multiple bits.
major bits.
Parts is parts.
Okay, so that wants to. I don't know where this wants to. It wants to something. I'm just not entirely sure what it wants to. Let's take a look at this and see if we have anything that fits.
Yep, there you go.
That goes right there.
Yep.
Okay.
You got that one.
And this screw mount. Uh-oh.
Oh.
I've got two screw mounts there. I've got those two pins. Those two pins look like the spots made up by that, kind of.
Maybe.
No, those go here. So I've got that.
Yeah, you got
So
that,
you've
and that goes there, and there's
so
magnets.
that's what we're missing, which is a lot. Okay, but that's our spacing.
Wait a
And
minute. That's got to go right underneath the fuselage. So that little piece there has got to go right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That wants to go there. That's heavily bent. It's really heavily bent. See, broken I can fix. Bent is hard, and it's really easy to bend foam. In a crash?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that goes there, and then we'll just build out with the other parts to figure out what goes where, but this is a beginning. Alright, so I'm going to start with those major components, and we'll worry about the smaller pieces later, but I'm going to start with the big major components. So we're going to grab our gap-filling medium glue. We're going to start by filling this in.
Okay, hold up a bottle.
This is Get FPV Instacure Gap
Focus.
Filling Medium. Now you'll see a lot of glue comes in these little bottles like this, these little 1 ounce bottles. You can get the thin glue, which is water thin. Don't use that except for very specific applications. 99% of the time for this kind of stuff you want gap filling medium.
Okay, what do you use the watery stuff for?
Where you've got just a hairline crack. And
sort of like capillary action.
Yeah, yeah, that's where you want something to use capillary action, to use that. When you've got a sizable hole, like if that was the only wound I had here, I'd use that.
Okay, you're holding the pieces together and then gluing along the outside edge, or was that just a crack?
That's just a little crack out there. This is where it's big, and I'm just going to push those together and squeeze the glue out. And wipe it off with my finger, and then wipe it down on the bottom of my shoe. Wipe it on your shoe. Don't just because you'll glue your shoe. You're going to end up with a gluey finger. Just accept that because it dries almost instantly, so you're fine. The downside is it dries instantly on your finger. It does not dry instantly on the model, but you can make it dry instantly.
Have you got that accelerator
if you've got Kicker.
What's Kicker?
This is Kicker.
Hold on.
Okay. InstaSet accelerator. Okay. It's magical stuff. Problem is, I don't think it makes a joint as strong. And anything that this touches, you can't glue later. Like this isn't bonding worth a damn right now, which makes me sad. I don't know why the glue isn't working. Because usually that glue works really well. But see, it's bent, so it's under tension.
So it's spreading apart?
So it's spreading apart. So
how long are you going to have to hold it to get it?
It can be a while.
Yeah, 'tisn't a night for flying tonight.
No. It's like 90 degrees outside.
Yes.
I was driving back from class, and it was 78 degrees and 90% humidity.
Welcome to Michigan.
Oh, God. Michigan, welcome to Vietnam. No, that is not acceptable weather for Michigan, ever.
I don't think Vietnam gets that bad. Well, probably.
Okay, so that joint is lightly bonded. I've also just glued part of the model to my finger. Now, let's see if we can get in here.
Generally speaking, that's not a good idea.
Okay, so I'm good all the way around.
Now,
so you hold your leads out of the way.
How much?
Oh, just a little tiny bit. I always use way too much.
You're putting like a single bead,
just
like
a single
right down
little
the
line,
middle.
And that's way more than.
So when you squeeze it, it'll squeeze out to fill the rest of the.
$25 if it flies, Paul.
How much does it have to fly for you to collect?
It has to fly. It has to properly fly.
Okay, it's like parking lot across the street, around the parking lot once.
No, I can't fly this in the parking lot.
Can't fly this in the parking lot?
It's too big, too fast.
Oh, really?
This is not an ultra micro. It flies on a 3-cell battery. And the funny thing is, I have yet to fly this in the park.
Really?
Every time I want to go flying with this plane, the park is booked with the soccer kids.
Oh.
So I've been taking it over to the Catholic high school.
Oh, okay.
And I've only flown it twice. It's really fun to fly. It's
now you were flying that Habu?
Oh yeah, I like that.
I've seen you fly in the Haboob
No, I
several
haven't been
times.
flying a Haboo. Haboo's been hanging over there.
I know that, but I've seen you fly that.
Oh, yeah.
Compare that to this.
To the Haboo?
Yeah.
This is faster, doesn't have anywhere near the glide character. The Haboo has amazing glide characteristics, just beautiful.
Because I've seen you cut the engine and just go flying around for a while with that.
I think this has AS3X, but you wouldn't know it. Usually an AS3X plane flies like it's on rails. This thing doesn't. It's very raw, very manual, wicked powerful, very fast. It's faster than Haboo.
Okay.
This is quite possibly the fastest plane I've ever flown. It's a 3-cell battery. So like most of the, like it's like somebody took an Ultramicro, made it a little bit bigger, and put a massive battery in it. Because the Ultramicros are almost all single.
Tornado with wings.
Yeah. This is just, it's a big engine on a really little plane because it's not as big as like one of the park flyers, like that size is a park flyer. That's a T-28 park flyer. And then this is a T-28 Ultramicro. Now all the Ultramicros have a wingspan of about that, about like, I don't know, 16 inches, right? This has a way bigger wingspan. And it's way beefier. It's much, much more ruggedly built, which is impressive. Like, I didn't manage to really screw it up until I flew it into a damn goalpost. And you got to see the crash. There's like a 30-second video of just the crash, because I didn't have time to edit the big 2-hour blog. I wanted to get it out.
I have not had time.
So I posted video of just the crash, and it's glorious. I hit the goalpost at West Catholic at full speed.
Oh, I saw the still of that. I saw that, and I saw the mention of the
apart.
goalpost.
Just totally ripped it apart. It was like a real plane crash. Like, there was a debris field.
Oh boy.
So usually I worry about putting stuff on the nose, but in this particular case, the nose is hosed, so we don't care anymore. Now I gotta figure out what goes here. I don't know.
You're gonna need a new spinner for the nose and like everything.
That goes there. That piece goes low. I wonder what that's for.
There you go.
Yeah, it's definitely a piece that goes there. The writing on the side gives it away.
Ah, yes.
And this piece.
That's a big piece. Got to go over there. Upside down.
Goes right there. Yeah, that's that.
All right, how much are we missing?
A little bit, but I think I know where that piece is. So.
Ding. Might want to see if that little piece there.
That little piece goes on the bottom. Yeah, a little piece goes down here. Yep, that's where it wants to be. Okay. So set that aside. It's happy. It's my hoe. Self hoe. Okay, so that's good. We gotta make sure we're straight. And just hold this in there. I'm probably gonna have to buy parts. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to buy a propeller.
Well, yeah, you only got one
well,
prop.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if I got a prop that'll fit it. Because you can fly without a spinner frequently. So.
I see a 3-bladed up there, but that looks a lot smaller.
Where? Oh yeah, that's
top.
a little one for a Ultramicro Corsair.
Yeah, parts is parts. We got our own shop here.
Well, we do have a very well outfitted aero lab. You're welcome. I thought it was kind of cool that I could put my entire collection down here and just instantly outfit the aero lab. Okay, down through there.
Have you found a better local shop than the one that made you so sad a couple of
I
months
found a
ago?
good place to buy glue.
Okay.
And an interesting hobby shop, though their collection of actual stuff sucks pretty bad. There's one out by the mall in Granville.
Mm-hmm.
It's like hobby something or other. I don't know. It's more of it's not so much an RC hobby shop.
I got a place near me.
And there's a place. It used to be the old Ray's. I don't know what it's called these days. Might still be called Ray's. It's on 28th Street, just off the highway. That I got to take you to. It's a pretty good place. They've got a lot of Horizon Hobby stuff there.
Okay.
A lot of trains, big train
Trains.
lines. Yeah.
Okay. We got a place near me that looks pretty decent, and they got all kinds of ads on the doors for like FPV stuff and video and all that, and it's not conducive to shopping. It's like you walk in the door and three guys come up and say, "Hi, what do you want?"
Yeah.
And
I like the Canadian system way better on that.
What's that?
You ever been in a Canadian store? It's totally different. Like, all right, this is funny because Canadians are like renowned for being very, very nice and polite. You walk into an American shop, you got five guys on you. Hey, can I help you? What do you need? What can I sell you? You walk into a Canadian shop, you have to go poke somebody if you want something. They just leave you the hell alone. It's really cool.
I would appreciate that because you can't just go and look at what they got on the shelves there because everything is behind the counter. You tell them what you want and they go dig through and find it and hand you the baggie.
Yeah,
And
I'm like, no, dude, it's okay. I'm a big boy. I got a pocket full of money and half an hour of free time. Just, you leave me the hell alone. I'm going to spend more. And that's what you want.
yeah, they don't understand that there.
Which is funny because that's very much a geek mentality of leave me the hell alone. And it's a hobby shop. That's their target market is geeks. Just leave me the hell alone. We're cool. We got this. It really sucks going to a rider's hobby in town if you're a helicopter guy. Like I learned this really early on because there aren't a lot of helicopter guys in town.
Right.
And I'd walk in there with questions and they're like, if you're not flying a plank, man, I don't know.
Oops.
There's no way this doesn't suck.
I'm thinking like reinforcing strut or something.
No,
Nope.
no, should be fine. You just gotta have steady, patient hands. This is not a good thing for you,
No.
twitchy bastard.
I'm sitting next to a guy that's more twitchy than I am tonight for dinner.
Matt?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that takes doing to be more twitchy than you. But Matt, if you need twitchy, Matt's your man. All right, now I'm gonna stick.
Like he was trying to use chopsticks, and I was sitting there thinking.
I don't want to see Matt use chopsticks.
I was sitting there.
Did he stab himself in the eyes?
No, he didn't stab himself in the eye. I was sitting there thinking, it's like, man, I couldn't solder if my hands were that bad. It's like I'm still sitting there doing surface
Matt's
mount
a little
stuff.
twitchy. So that's starting to look like an airplane again.
Yeah, it is.
See, I could put the canopy on there to hold everything spaced perfectly,
Yeah.
but I'd end up gluing the canopy down.
Yeah, that would be bad.
So, all right, this is very delicate.
Is
but
that
it
all?
together.
Well, there's some more little pieces over there.
Yeah, and I'll get to the little pieces, but I
Okay.
can't put those on tonight, so I'm just going to lay this down.
That's like, yeah.
She's okay. She's okay.
You might want to put that somewhere else so you can work on the wing.
Well, I'm going to see if I can get this other piece in here.
Yeah, you need
The
some
problem
room.
is I got to flex things quite a bit to get that in there.
Hello.
Hi. So I think I can do this, but it's going to be tricky. Yeah, I think I can do it. Normally I'd let it just sit and totally cure overnight before I tried to put this piece in. But this piece adds a lot of strength to this.
Yes.
I mean, you gotta, because it's all up in the cross bracing.
There we
Okay,
go.
so I got that in there. I gotta hold that, and I gotta hold that. This is one of those where you're gonna glue your finger to the model, just accept it. So we just hold that firmly, but delicately. You get really good at holding things till the glue dries. No, not there yet, but we're close. This has got to be thrilling block. So I figured out what those two pin things are for.
What's that?
That's where the wing pins go in. There's going to be pins on the back of the wing. Well, there were when it started. I don't know if they survived, but when it started there must have been pins on the back of the wing. I need a way to hold that together while it cures, and I got nothing because I got one soft spot. It's really, really soft. Oh no, the other side's totally pooched. Okay. Amy, plug in the hot glue gun, turn it on, and make sure the orange light comes on, please. Because if I can't get this with regular glue, I'm going to have to step up, to the hot glue. I'm going to try one more round with this. There's a switch on the side. See, normally I don't use hot glue on like ultra micros, but because the power to weight ratio on this one is so huge,
A little extra weight
a
ain't
little
gonna
extra
hurt
weight ain't
you.
gonna hurt at all. No. And looking at this from the inside, come on over here and take a look just behind the firewall on the port side. Now you're gonna have to come over to my side to see it. But there's so much material missing at that front seam right there. On the back side, there's like nothing holding that together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
see a lot
there's
of
a
daylight
hole.
through that.
You need a lot of gap filling in there.
That's beyond gap filling. That's
I
your,
think like those
you gotta
little
put some hot
bits
glue in there.
need to be stuffed in.
Well, this glue is kind of melting this foam.
That's not a good thing.
Usually not so much. And it's foam safe glue, but maybe not every foam. Maybe not this specific foam. All right, we're together. Tentatively. It's
Would it
not
be
really
worthwhile
together.
to snap the fuselage in place? No, it's not.
Yeah, it's hosed. I'm gonna hot glue that. So while that's doing its thing, let's look at this. I think my glue isn't working very well on this plastic.
You got any other options?
I got like 5 different bottles of that in various flavors, but it's all that. So I think we're gonna go to hot glue for the rest of the repairs, and we'll go back and redo that. So we're waiting for this to drip. So keep an eye on that. That is one of the little pins for the wing, and we only have one. So when we reassemble this, we're going to hot glue the wing into the body. It's not going to use like the screw and pin system that it normally would. We're actually going to, it's all going to be permanently attached, which means the next time this crashes is the last time this crashes.
Yes.
Got heat yet? Oh, we're getting there. This is where you just take a minute, take a hit, check your Facebook. All right, we have a drip.
Drip.
We have a drip. Now, with that you have to work quick, so you want to have everything laid out. Whoa, we got a, oh yeah, that's a separate piece.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So we're going to do that to there. This is our first joint.
Hot glue, hot glue, hot glue, hot glue. Wow, that's a lot of area to
Set
cover.
that down, plug that back in, make sure the light goes back on. And then get
How long you got before that gets...
Not long. This stuff sets fast. That's why I like working with it. Hot glues are really the best for working on airplanes. The problem is you got to have a, usually you want to have a rather sizable area, so really break the plane. And with hot glue you can go back afterwards and like caulk things together, which is really nice. Alright, so we're going to check this, make sure everything just pops right in. Yep, we got a good joint. If you have a choice, if you have to choose between dicking with the glue gun to get to come on again, because the glue gun just died, or getting the seam together.
You're not, look up the seam on this side.
That's okay.
That's okay?
It's the bottom side that generates lift.
Well, you were not lined up.
She's fine.
You got like strings going across.
Yeah, those, not a problem. Okay, so there's our wing. Now we get the glue gun back on, because it's relatively cold. So we got a wing, that's good and solid. You see, just like that, like this would fly right now. We've got no linkage happening, but the wing itself is okay. Now we gotta do this little piece. Now, little pieces are a lot harder with hot glue. But I can make that work. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna remind me to get on Amazon and buy a glue gun that doesn't suck. It's got a really crappy contact.
Yeah,
it's cordless, which is nice, but it has a really crappy contact. And if you don't have it sitting just right, then she don't chooch.
Focus. There we go. We're waiting on a drip.
That's about as exciting as the webcam that watches for the drip in the pine tar. You familiar with that?
Yeah.
The oldest experiment, or the longest running experiment in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So what's on your mind, Paul?
That my hands are getting fatigued trying to hold this.
You want to see a neat experiment?
What's that?
It'll grip. It'll grip it. Okay. And then hold it out at arm's length, like I do for the blog.
Yeah.
Okay. Now just see how long you can hold that there.
No.
And then,
no.
And then realize that, I don't speak briefly.
No, you don't.
I've done full 20-minute blog flips like this, and afterwards gone, oh, but yeah, it's out there. And like 5 minutes like this is totally, like it's totally normal for me to march one end of the building to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Years from now, I'm gonna die, and they're gonna like fossilize my body or something, and they're gonna find it. Like at the autopsy is when it'll happen. I'll be in my autopsy, and I'm gonna have this huge muscle tone in this arm, and this arm's just gonna be like anorexic, orangutan, and they're just gonna be like, well, chronic masturbator. And then they're gonna write it in the biography. They'll be like in the Cosmos special or something like that. It'll be on the Chris Boden Wikipedia page. Chris Boden, chronic masturbator, and it's gonna be a whole thing. I'm gonna be known for decades, chronic masturbator, all because
The muscle tone of the writer, yeah.
It's all right though, because I'm not gonna be the only one. Eakin's gonna be the same way.
Really?
Blacksmith.
Yes, blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
Running a hammer. Yeah, I don't think they do that. Whoop, 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 whoop. Wait a minute.
It's coming.
It's
coming.
coming.
It's the most thrilling blog. This is better than paint drying.
Focus.
You're too close. You're inside the minimum focal length.
What's the minimum focal length then?
More
That's
than where
better.
you were.
Okay, I see one forming.
Do you really have both hands steadied on the table and they're still wiggling? Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
Really.
Oh my God.
I think it's because I'm steadied on the hand that they're wiggling. If it's, oh, there you go. Drip.
That was a forced drip, but
Yeah, I know.
I'm impatient. Which is a great thing to have when you're working on models, is impatience. That's never ends bad. Alright, so we're gonna... Come on, a little bit right here. That's more than a little bit, but it'll be okay. Back on the thing. Put this in here, get it locked in. Yeah, that's good. That's a control surface, so you want, ow, that's really hot. So you want it smooth. Now I see a plastic tube here, okay? So that control surface, oh, that's the side that held, okay. So that's going to go that way, and that'll go over. And for that piece onto there is where you would use the thin set stuff. But since this piece is rigid and good, I'm just going to run a bead of glue right down that crack.
Oh, for the, yeah, just like a caulking gun.
That's going to be fun to trim out. I just put a ton of weight into this wing.
Do the same thing over on this side.
I just might.
Balance it.
That side ain't broke though, Paul. Okay, so the wing's done, and it looks like a wing again, which is pretty cool. I'm going to do a little gap filling with the glue, but I'm not going to worry about that tonight. Tonight is primary glue up. Okay.
Yep, and we
So
need
now
we need to
take
replace
this.
that horn.
Oh, this is totally hosed. Look at this, breaking on apart. Alright. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to put a healthy dose of glue in there. Just a big wad right there. And squeeze that
Yeah,
together.
hold on, we're okay.
Wow, hot shit. Now hot glue.
Have some fumes coming off of it?
It isn't the glue fumes, it's the glue fumes.
Oh.
hot glue has the advantage that when you blow on it, it does set.
Take a trip and never
It's
leave the farm.
It's the cyanoacrylate fumes. Now I've got, look at that, I got schmutz. Okay, so I want to get in, my planes look crooked now. Alright.
You need to fill that hole.
I need to fill that hole. That's a really big hole to fill. Okay, so I'm just going to take that and just load that right in there, really heavy duty.
High quality equipment you got
so
there.
Bad. Alright, so there's a nice gob of glue in there. I'll just let that chooch. That could be better. That could be way better. This is still moving around.
Yeah, a lot.
I got a really bad joint there. So I know how to fix this, but it's gonna have to wait till tomorrow because what we have to do is fix that aileron, and I'm gonna glue the canopy on top. I can't because I gotta be able to access the battery.
Glue the wing on the bottom and use the wing as support.
Yeah. I think that'll actually help a fair bit if I do that. Here, oh no, it's cool. All right. This is really weird foam. Look at the foam blister out from the hot glue alone.
You think the heat is melting the foam and that's where you're getting your flex?
Maybe? I don't know. But while I'm over here, I'm going to fill that a little bit. That. Okay, now we'll take a look. Oh, it's a lot more rigid than it was. Now we're going to take a look at this side and reinforce all this.
The port side of your plane is substantially shorter than the starboard side at the moment.
It's the best I got, man. Telling you, Paul, you can do a lot with glue. Yeah, it's definitely set to fly around corners. It's got excellent cornering capabilities. He didn't say it had to fly well, he just said it had to fly. This is a weird plane. Doesn't come with landing gear.
Doesn't come with landing
Doesn't come
gear?
with landing gear.
How do you put it back on the ground?
Landing grass.
Landing grass.
That's how I've always done it.
Landing grass.
Landing grass. That's no landing gear. Alright, so that is as good as that is going to get tonight. Just let that chill out. The wing's as good as I can get it tonight. What I'm gonna try to do is just find a replacement horn, because I don't want to glue that. If I can find a replacement
Take your camera.
servo horn. They're really tiny. They're not normal size, Paul. These are micro servers.
I got some. Let me see what I got. Here,
Hey, Paul.
yes.
That little thermometer thing in the middle of the screen of the camera is the temperature warning. It means that the camera's overheating because you've just shot 40 minutes of video.
I was unaware of that. Camera's getting a little warm?
The camera getting a lot warm. I think I have some servo arm. I don't really buy servos. But I break a lot of planes that have servos. And I have... That one's got taped wings, but she'll still fly.
Take a look at that one.
Oh, that's got linear servos, so that won't do it. What do you look like in there? That's got a double arm servo. I might be able to take the arm out of that. What do you got? Oh!
Maybe?
Maybe. No double arm. I'm just going to get on the website and see what I can find. I'll bet I can buy that. And I'll bet it's like $1. It's going to be really cheap.
Too big?
Probably. We'll check it out tomorrow.
Okay.
It's 23:22. I've been on this for an hour. I'm going to stop for tonight because I got to let everything dry, and we'll pick it up tomorrow.
Okay.
You guys have fun. That's today's Captain's Blog, Plane Repair Part 1.